Hello and welcome back to my channel. We've got solo artists on the docket today. Patreon requests. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and sending in these requests. So I always love coming to this video, the solo artists, because of their variety, so many different sounds and them showing their personalities in these, and also a lot of new names, a lot of artists I have not either heard of before or that I've been waiting to get to. So what we're going to be doing tonight is starting with TAEYEON of Girls' Generation, who I don't think I've reacted to anything or really heard much of outside of, I think she has a song called what, 4 Seasons, and then I've heard of some of her tracks from people either covering them, whether it be Shion of Dreamcatcher, or they did it a song of hers on Kingdom that I actually really love. I totally forget the name of it, but I love that track that they covered on Kingdom in that vocal round. So that is a request from Sarah. We're going to be doing her song Fine. Then after that, getting to an artist that I have heard about endlessly, that you would love her, you really like city pop but haven't really explored it too much. Yukika, her song Neon, so she is Japanese, so city pop, kind of the birthplace of that basically. So Arwa has requested Yukika's Neon. Then moving on to Ailee, another artist that I hear endlessly about but I have not even heard a song from. So Ailee, a request from Stein. We're going to be checking out her song You and I. And then we're going to finish it out with Psy's request, who is Kang Seung-yoon, Yoon for short, the leader and magne of Winner. Now, I know of Winner. I've listened to, I think, one Winner song back when it came out, maybe 2.5 years ago. I didn't care for it at the time. I don't know what it would be like me going back into it. I totally don't even remember what the song is named, but this is a little bit more of, I guess, an insight into that group somewhat. The leader and magne of Winner, which is strange to me. I don't think I've really ever seen that be the case, being the youngest and also the leader of the group and also songwriter of Winner. So I didn't know that Winner wrote to their own stuff either. So very, very cool. And being the birth month of Psy, happy birthday, by the way, they wanted to support their alt artist, who is Yoon. So that is the order we're going to be going in. Yoon, by the way, we're going to be doing It Rains and Iya, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's child, I think, child in Korean. So yeah, those are the 2 songs for Yoon. So that's the order. Down below I'll have timestamps for you guys if you want to skip around or you're here for one certain artist, but I always implore you guys to just stay around for everyone, because you're gonna see something. That's why I like doing these compilations. You're gonna see something that you might have not without clicking on it by itself in these groupings that you're gonna like. I always find hidden gems in here, so it's a ton of fun. And also if you want to support me on Patreon, album reactions, live stages, variety shows, requests like these, that's where you can do all of that. There's the setup. There's the intro. Let's move on. TAEYEON, Fine. Let's go.
어제 머리 했어. 색도 좀 바꾸고 어제는 좀 이상하게 시간이 남더라고. 아니, 지금 내가 너랑 왜 통화하고 있는지도 잘 모르.
I think this song is about like internal struggle.
잘 지내.
Being able to say, hey, I'm not fine. Things are not okay.
찢어진 종이 조각에 담아내 너의 진심에 선명해져 Something about you. Yeah, 나를 많이 닮은 듯 다른 넌 혹시 나와 같을까 지금 괜한 기대를 해. 하루 한 달 1년쯤 되면 서로 다른 일상을 살아가. 나는 아니야 쉽지 않을 것 같아요.
Whoa.
여전하게도 넌 내 하루하루를 채우고.
That just explodes.
아직은 아니야 바보처럼 되뇌는 나 입가에 맴도는 말을 삼킬 수 없어. It's not fine. It's not fine. 지금 묶은 채
One thing I've really loved about this music video so far is that I always say that, of course, a lot of K-pop music videos are on sets and sound stages. Rarely do people seem to film outdoors. That's why I really love when there are really nice exterior shots. But you don't, honestly, in K-pop, you don't see a lot of Korea, or you see literally the same spots, whether it be, you know, the arena, like what is it called, I think it's like a stargazing kind of place or whatever, that like the Stray Kids was in, and Eclipse from Kim Lip and all that, and the same rooftops and helipad. So I love to see just little facets, little bits of Korea that I'm just not used to seeing, because you don't really get them in the music videos. I want to hear this whole chorus again. It's like a trickling melody. She has a lot of power vocally, but without really like pushing it. It seems effortless. Is that liquor? I couldn't tell. It was either liquor or perfume. So this is relationship shit, at least in the MV. So you've got, you know, them having fun, and now she's returning to her empty single apartment, and now all these things of his being disappeared. You got the toothbrush goes, the pants that you leave over go, the night bag, whatever, you know. There goes his pillow. I like the textured overlay that makes everything look like a photograph. There's like a scrapbook quality to certain parts too, with the imposed writing. I feel like I've never gotten a... Whoa, I'm sorry, Miss. I was just gonna say, I feel like I've never gotten a really great singular look at her, honestly. She's about to go off right now. Oh God, I love the editing on this. Wow. Ooh, very cool. That too being a reference to, like, hey, a lot of the time this might be the idea for the MV of that it's a relationship that is, you know, that fractured and fell apart, and the pain of dealing with that. But whatever the pain might be, a lot of this sometimes happens with idols, and they have to really put on a facade and a front to not show that, which we implore over and over again that, you know, it's okay to that's why it's great now. More often than ever, you see people going on leave, taking their time, whether it be anxiety issues, what have you, to get over, you know, the stuff that, or at least be able to battle the things that are within them. Ooh, the layered vocals. love her voice. What a visual, man.
It's not fine.
Man. Oh, I feel like that was just such a little taste. Just a tiny little taste of what she's about and what her music is about. I'd love to dive in a bit deeper. It's gonna sound completely sacrilege, but man, were there ever kind of likenings to her when Irene debuted with Red Velvet? I wouldn't be surprised, but I have a feeling that is a connection that was made quite a bit, especially being from the same company. But she does at some points really remind me of Irene. Gorgeous visual, amazing vocals, and I like the message of the song. So this was 4 years ago, so I'm sure she's released a whole lot since then. I don't know exactly when she started her solo music, whether that was like in the midst of Girls' Generation doing their thing, or was it a little bit more later on. I honestly have no idea, so I'd love if you guys just told me a little bit more about her, and hopefully maybe, you know, next solo artist reaction next month for December she gets requested again, because I really did enjoy that quite a bit. Really just soothing, sweet sounding track. I know that it is very much about, you know, inner pain, but her vocals, man, I don't know, something about it I think is, if anything, it's just really pleasing to the ear. It's not you don't hear that melancholy too much in her voice, at least not in this track. So I know with all of the stuff that she's released, there's definitely songs that are a bit more on the sad spectrum, a bit more boldly so on the sad spectrum, and I'd love to hear those. So you guys know I love my sad songs. All right, now moving on to Yukika's Neon. I am stoked for this. I can't wait to see what this sounds like. This came out in 2019. How did she get her start in all this? As is she considered an idol? You know, a solo artist in Korea, or that's what I'm wondering. But no, of course, yeah, her name even there is in Hangul. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is she not a big solo artist in Japan as opposed to Korea? She's probably big in both, but why is she primarily focused or advertised marketed in Korea? I don't think she was a part of any other group or anything, as far as I know. What is that outfit? Hit me with it. Look at this. They went on the Tumblr for vaporwave aesthetics and they just completely recreated it in this shot. I love this. God, the reflected floors like I'm shopping in a mall in friggin' 1992. You've got the neon, well, it's called neon, but you've got the neon pink and blue, the colors for this basically, and then that awesome little sunburst of color coming through those square, like, I don't even know what you call those kind of windows. They're not like stained glass, but they're the bubbly one. What do you call that? Yeah, they've got the aesthetic down for this. Oh, the Korea looks so cute. Her heels shifting side to side.
Can't take my eyes off you. 느린 시간 속에
Oh my god, the strings.
Can't take my eyes off you. 느린 시간 속에 시간은 계속 흘러가고 가끔 생각나기도 하고 여전히 나는
God, do you see the crazy lens flare that was on that shot of the phone booth? This is all lens flare, all heavy bokeh. Oh, I'm just falling into this. Oh god, I just love this set so much. I love that set so damn much. Gorgeous looking. Look at that mic. There's that neon. There's that neon.
달빛에 비친 그림자가 그리울까 그리울까
I love the little bass of the whoa, 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 whoa.
여기에 혼자 서 있네요 차가운 도시의 일렁이
Oh god, some of these sweeping shots are so pretty. Yeah, look how flared out all these different shots are. Everything's supposed to give you that nostalgic, dreamlike, hazy quality. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much, but look at this shot. Oh my god, the colors, everything. You even have that kind of that pearl-escent like gradient look to the building. Man. Was that an accurate like Integra on top of that? Like, or like a Firebird? Oh, they're nailing this look. Man, that was great. What I like about City Pop is what I really look to when it comes to a lot of Luna stuff sometimes, where I describe it as it's so very nostalgic, but it's this kind of nostalgia. That's the thing. Because, you know, I recall a time as a little tyke growing up in the very, very early 90s. Like, I still have some memories of that, and as someone who has 3 older brothers, I had many a hand-me-down, so I'm very much well-versed with a lot of 80s culture, just because I had all the toys and all the VHS tapes and what have you. So I have the memory of, like, what the actuality of this is and what it's derived from, but now the idea of vaporwave aesthetics and city pop and everything has kind of morphed into its own thing that is reminiscent of that with added ideas. It's a nostalgia factor for not just that time, but like an idea of it. It's so hard to describe exactly what it is. I'm sure that there is a hard definition of where the vaporwave craze had come from. I think it's like a lot of a mix of internet culture and this kind of sensation here, this nostalgic 80s to early 90s feeling. But I think a lot of that comes from like PC culture stuff, and like PC music and all that thing, all combining into this whole aesthetic, and they really nail that here in the music video. And even with the music, like I was saying, with how I feel about a lot of Luna 1/3 stuff, it's this nostalgia for a time that you never experienced, but it still makes you feel that same sensation. So even though I experienced the early 90s in some capacity, this nostalgia is not for that. It's for like an envisioned version of that. It's so hard to describe, but that's why I think it's so interesting, and I just really do love it. But yeah, that was great. Finally get to hear some Yukika with her song Neon. That was awesome. Now let's move on to Ailee, her song You and I. So this is a re-upload from just somebody who re-uploaded this. So I hope it doesn't get blocked, because I guess her company's channel got deleted, it says here in the description. I don't know if that's true, but if so, that's wild. I, again, don't know much about Ailee other than seeing a couple of GIFs here and there of her on YouTube, and she's adorable. Let's go. 2013. Okay, we're going back. Yep, this looks like 2013 to me. K-pop 2013 at least. Oh wait, I didn't know she sang like this. Oh, what? This is not what I was expecting. I don't think we have captions, do we? We do. I turned them on already. I'm dumb. Why do I feel like I've seen this like frame of her with her mouth up to the phone like a million times, not knowing this was Ailee? Oh, it's so funky. It's so big band. It's... reminds me so much of early Mamamoo. It's ridiculous. My God! Her vocals sound so incredibly mature. You know, she kind of reminds me, I don't know, it's like you combined like CL and Solar. For some reason her vocal color reminds me a bit of when CL sings. Oh, I'm so pleasantly surprised.
Of all your lies and excuses, now just get out of my face.
I just was not expecting this. There's for some reason I pictured her as being a bit more cutesy. I didn't expect the like really forward sex appeal thing to be really driving home in this MV, but it certainly is. But dude, her voice, her vocals are crazy. There's so much personality and sass in them.
Of all your lies and excuses, now
like, come on, a little vocal fry there. The hips are out, they're going crazy. Oh my God, these sets. Oh, this has to be like a prime time sounds like a breakup song. It has to be like a real big breakup song. But one of them empowered breakup songs. Oh, this song is so good.
God,
I love that color change on the beat. Oh my God. How has her vocal prowess not come up before? That was just constant, just vocal excellence. Man, she sounds so incredibly good. And this was back in 2013. I don't even know how old she was back then, but she has such a mature voice to her. And I know that she had a comeback really not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. So, damn, I can't wait to see how she has grown from that. But I don't know where she got her start, how anything, that she's done exists, whether, started with a group or this or that, or please let me know more. But I had no idea that she could sing like that. The vocals are crazy, and just that big band aesthetic, the funky vibe, the theatrics, something very reminiscent of early Mamamoo, but you don't really see too often, like a little bit of like an Americana feel to it. I really like that. That was awesome and kind of a showstopper. I just was not expecting her to be so incredibly proficient, like belting it like that. Okay, let's move on to Kang Seung-yoon from Winner, the song It Rains. This one I don't think has an MV, wasn't promoted in that sense at least, but I think it was kind of a chart topper in its own right. So let's go.
창문 너머에 슬픈 비가 내리고 문 뒤로 부는 바람은 창가에 눈물을 훔쳐내고 널 위해 준비했던 선물들 고백이 담긴 편지는 갈 곳 없이 먼지만 품고 있어.
He has a very mature voice too.
누가 내 맘을 알아주려나 누가 내 말을 들어주려나 날 녹여주던 그 손길도 부드러운 목소리도 이젠 내 것이 아니라는 게 오늘따라 더 힘들다.
I was gonna say, man, does this guy have a voice suited for like an arena rock sound? He really, really does. What is that melody reminding me of? Not only that, but his voice. Oh man, this is reminding me of a song. Oh my god, not a K-pop song. Oh god, what is it? I hope one of you know, because it's gonna absolutely kill me. That melody.
달빛에 비치시게는 헤어지던 날에 멈춰있고 널 위해 살아왔던 많은 시간들 너를 안던 가슴은 주위 없이 바람만 품고 있어 누가 내 맘을 알아주려나.
I think this came out in like 2013? And was his solo debut.
따라 더 그립다 맘에 비가 온다 비가 온다 차갑게 맘에 비가 온다
It's driving me nuts. Hold on a second. Okay, I got it. It reminds me a whole lot of the last part of the Beatles' "Hey Jude." The na, 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 like that kind of little dissension there really reminds me of it.
비가 온다 오늘도 이젠 볼 수 없다는 걸 난 잘 알고 있는데 다시 여기에 올 것만
I wasn't really expecting this out of
바람이 몰아치는데 피할 곳이
an idol group artist going solo. This has such a mature feel to it, not only in his voice, but just the type of song.
비가 온다 비가 온다 차갑게 맘에 비가 온다 비가 온다 오늘도 널 위해 준비했던
There's,
선물들
just like I said, arena rock, there's such a like a
갈 곳 없이 먼지만 품고 있어
there's such like a classic rock like vibe to his vocals, and being the magne and just even being just an idol singer, I wasn't expecting him to sound quite like that or even have that type of song. So I really appreciate him sounding completely different than I think a lot of artists do, especially when going solo. Maybe not exactly that song in particular my cup of tea personally, but I appreciate, like I said, the variety and just sounding so very different. Like he sounds someone, I don't know his age exactly, but he sounds like probably 20 years older than he actually is to me. I'd love to see how he sounds then with the group. If he would be maybe like a main vocal in that group or something like that. Let me know if you guys are big fans of YOON or Winner in general, because like I said, I haven't gone into Winner whatsoever. So eventually maybe we pick at that. I don't really know if there's, I know that one song that came out like 2 years ago, but I honestly don't hear anything about this group like ever. So I would love to know if they're still around or doing things. They were the ones that won the competition, and then iKON lost, but then still became a group and then were named iKON. Yes, whatever that competition was. That's how I always remember Winner from, but yet I hear a lot more about iKON than I do Winner, funny enough, even though they won the competition. So yeah, please educate me. I'm just an ignorant, dumb boy. So thank you so much for sticking around with me through these reactions. As I said, there's always new stuff to find out here in interesting variety. So thank you to everyone that requested something. As always, like I said, if you guys want to hop on Patreon to see live stages, album reactions, and variety content, you've got that all on there. And you could also request things like this. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my other solo reactions that I've done in past months. There's a lot of good stuff, especially the one for October. I think was like really looked over because there were some names that I think the mainstream might not recognize, but there's such good stuff in there. So I think they were all female artists too, so please check out the October solo artist reactions. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.